Welcome to Alchemy Wizard. I'm Tom. Today we're going to talk about the different kinds of plastic and what plastics might be better for drinking over other plastic bottles. We cannot live today without plastic products. It's in just about everything. Food, bags, industrial stuff. Everything we make is made in plastic. And, as far as the stuff that we use that are made from plastics, is really the only concern is the stuff that we're eating out of from plastics. Glass is like probably the preferred thing as far as health-wise goes, but glass is almost non-existent. It's really hard to find anything in glass. Peanut butter jars, water bottles, they all got plastic in them. And okay, so you might say, well, what about aluminum cans? I'll drink from aluminum cans. Well, guess what? Aluminum is highly reactive with water. And in order to prevent it from reacting with water and creating hydrogen and aluminum oxide, they coat it with a very light sheen of plastic. So even if you're drinking aluminum cans, you're still drinking plastic. And so some plastics are more toxic than other plastics, and we're going to investigate these various plastics and to find out which ones might be better to drink and how you can tell the difference between them when you're shopping. Now, there are 7 classifications of plastic bottles. And mostly in most bottles, the classifications will be written on the bottom of the bottle. If you turn the bottle over, you will see a triangle, and it may or may not have lettering on it, and that will tell you the recycling classification number and what material it's made out of. And this is basically for the recyclers. When you throw away your plastic recycling stuff, they look at those numbers and they can tell what manufacturing process that plastic bottle needs to go to be recycled. And we're going to cover each of the categories one at a time. We're going to start with classification 7 and work our way backwards. Now, classification 7 is just about anything that doesn't fit into the first 6 classes. They dump that into classification 7. The problem with classification 7 is you have no idea what kind of plastic you're dealing with. You're probably dealing with an amalgam of plastics. And of course, the toxicity of classification 7 is going to be completely unknown because there is very little studies on all of these classifications, 1 to 6, much less 7. Plastic number 6 is polystyrene. Has a little PS, is short form for it. It's an incredibly versatile plastic. It can be manipulated into soft foam, packaging peanuts, or hardened into a sturdy CD case, takeout containers, disposable plates and knives and forks, aspirin bottles, and egg cartons. Plastic number 5, polypropylene, or PP, has a high melting point, and it makes it great for containing hot liquids. Syrup, ketchup, medicine bottles all rely on PP, but you'll also find it in bottle caps and straws. Plastic number 4 is low-density polyethylene. It can be found in squeezable condiment bottles, toys, but it's mostly used in plastic films. That means shrink wrap as well as bags, dry cleaning, grocery, bread, frozen food, and produce bags. Plastic number 3 is polyvinyl chloride, PVC. It's best known for its use in pipes. The plumbing throughout your entire house, if it's a modern house, has these white PVC pipes in it, and your water, everything that you travels through your house goes through these PVC pipes. Plastic number 2 is high-density polyethylene, or HDPE. This plastic forms milk jugs, laundry detergent bottles, butter tubs, motor oil bottles, and some shopping bags. It's a little tougher than our number 1 bottle, which is coming up next. Plastic number 1 is polyethylene terephthalate. It is the most common plastic that we have in our arsenal from 1 to 7. it is the plastic that is deemed the least toxic, or if you want to believe the reports, not toxic at all, right? It's used in water bottles, basically. The kind where soda bottles, water bottles, you squeeze this, you'll see how soft it is, and that's what they use these for. It doesn't often have a number on the bottom. I've looked through all my water bottles, and none of them say that it's PET plastic. Now, the weird part about this whole thing is that the cap is made from plastic number 5. So while we have a bottle that has ideally a stored in a plastic that is not toxic to humans, we have a plastic number 5 cap that probably has some toxicity to humans there. But I suppose there's nothing they can do about it. They can't make a plastic number 1 top durable enough. So that is actually the answer to the long-awaited question on which is the best to drink. So when you go to the shopping aisle now, you're going to be looking at the bottoms of all of your containers and saying, hey, wait a minute, this is plastic number 3. So what can we do about the toxicity of these things that might be in our body? Of course, this is Alchemy, so I have an alchemical solution to all of this, the toxicity. 2 things. Molybdenum. It doesn't require a whole lot, maybe less than a teaspoon a day of molybdenum in your body will bind toxic elements in your body and help your liver and your kidneys to filter them out more easily. Another thing that binds toxic elements is quartz water. Also does the similar thing, probably not as good as the molybdenum though. Now for those of you that don't have access to molybdenum, colloidal, and quartz water, we have an herbal solution. And some of these herbal solutions I use myself daily in my teas. Alright? Dandelion, burdock root, milk thistle, cilantro, red clover, stinging nettle, garlic, and ginger. I myself make teas every day with milk thistle and ginger. Consuming some kind of herbal or colloidal supplement help bind these toxic chemicals that you're picking up in your body could go a long way to promoting good health. So, I'm Tom, Alchemy Wizard. I hope you enjoyed this show. And I got a surprise for you. I got a blooper reel at the end here, so stay tuned because this was really a difficult thing to do. Do you know, I did that whole segment and did not press the record button on the camera. What a dope. Plastic number 6. It is a high melting point, and no, that's plastic number 5. Plastic number 1 is polyethylene terror. I gotta find out how to say this thing. Plastic number 1 is polyethylene. Plastic number 1 is polyethylene terror. Polyethylene terror. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Screw it. You know how hard it is to say these freaking words? I am just gonna chill out. Let's try this. Polyethylene terror. Did I do it?